Record Store Day is just around the corner, and Tiger Records is preparing for the big event on Saturday, April 12th. I spoke with store owner James Siboni to get some insight on what the event is about and what music fans should expect.
So Record Store Day is our biggest day of the year, every record store's biggest day of the year, I think, where hundreds of records are released simultaneously, which usually once a week, maybe 10 records come out or 20 records come out. They're interesting, but on this particular day, hundreds of records come out. So it warrants a giant crowd of people who have different things they desire, some very popular that the majority of people want, some very obscure that only a few people want. And stores stock as much of that as they possibly can, and then people line up very early in the morning or sometimes the day before, and you just have a really fun, interactive, very busy day. We were open for Record Store Day in 2020, but there's like an approval process with the company Record Store Day, and we hadn't finalized that yet. So the first year we had to sit that one out. So then in 2021, we got to do our first one, and it was cool. It was a big learning experience. We didn't order as much stuff as we do now. We were kind of testing the waters. We weren't sure how big of a deal it was going to be, and it was a big deal. People were lined up. It was, hundreds of people through the door, and it was successful. But we've learned as it's grown, as we've grown and Record Store Day has grown, we've started to order more and more things and try to have all the records people want. So it was smaller, but now it's bigger. Some people, it is, these maybe a few key releases they're looking for. For some people, just a day to go buy records where they don't want to wait in line for 10 hours. They just want to roll up at noon or 1 and buy a couple of records. But I think it is like it really does sort of tie the community together. It's a day where all sorts of collectors from different corners of vinyl culture can kind of come together, and there's a lot of camaraderie, especially amongst people in the line, looking out for each other, saying, someone might be like, if you get in early, we're looking for this record, can you text me and tell me if they have it, or can you grab me a copy and hand it to me when I walk in? There's people seem to be really looking out for each other, and it's just a really fun day of the year for record collectors. And some people get there afternoon before, so maybe they'll be there for 18 or 20 hours in line, and by the time we open, the line might be a few hundred people kind of wrapped around this block. So everyone's very tired. So this year we're going to make sure we get a bunch of coffee and donuts for people in line to try to, some rations, And the vibe is very fun. It's a little chaotic. Everyone's having a good time and in good spirits, and the music's bumping loud. And the impact's very positive for us. It's a lot of newcomers. Every Record Store Day, I think Record Store Day helps invent collectors each year. You'll see someone for the first time, and then they might come back once a month or once a week, and now they're hooked on it or something. So that impact is nice. There's people that's really the only day they care about the record store, and that's cool too. And I think there's a lot of kind of complicated factors of why vinyl collecting is so huge now. But one of the key components, I think, of that is Record Store Day. Is they sort of birthed a lot of new, younger collectors that, found the hobby through their sort of reach.
The event kicks off at 8 a.m., so be sure to mark your calendars and get there early for the exclusive releases.